I'm Anne, and I'm the mastermind behind Books, Yarn, and Tea, which is a new BookTube channel, and I am about to have a cat on my lap. I'm a 23-year-old recent college grad who's living at home and working part-time to gain experience and save money before I go to school to become a librarian. Part of my reason of starting this channel was, in addition to participating in the BookTube community, was to just practice reviewing books, which is definitely an important part of a librarian's job, as well as recommending books to patrons. This is Smudge, by the way. She may be in a lot of videos. In addition to books, I'm also a big knitter, which is where the yarn part of my YouTube channel's name comes from. You may see some yarn and knitting related vlogs on this channel. If you're interested in those, absolutely check them out. If not, there'll probably be a book video up in the next little bit. To wrap up this short kind of intro video, I just wanted to talk about my current reading list and what I'm going to start working on, as well as giving you an idea of what sorts of things I read. I'm a pretty eclectic reader, which you'll probably see in this TBR. First off, I have Brazil's Dance with the Devil, which I'm currently reading. I'm about halfway through. This is by Dave Zirin, who's the sports correspondent for The Nation. He's also a great person to follow on Twitter. He's had a lot of interesting comments about Ferguson and the Ray Rice scandal, basically about the effects the World Cup and the 2016 Olympics have had and will have on Brazil. It has a very kind of quick and dirty history of Brazil, which I've never really studied a whole lot about South America. I tend to be very Euro and American centric. I'll probably have a review of this up in the next couple of days. Also, I'm currently reading Patrick Rothfuss's The Wise Man's Fear, which is the second book in the King Killer trilogy. As you can tell, it's huge and I'm not that far in. It's a really good fantasy series. I think some people have compared it to Harry Potter because it's about a boy who goes off to a magical school. The magic in here is, I'd say, a lot more scientific, and I'll probably have a review of the first book up in the next little while. The first book is The Name of the Wind. I am also listening to Fahrenheit 451 on audiobook. I've gotten through the first part, which is about the first hour. It runs for about 5 hours. I never have read Fahrenheit 451, never in high school or beyond that. I'm actually kind of glad I'm reading it or listening to it now versus in high school. I love reading classics, and I love reading classics that I missed out on in high school curriculum. And moving on to my TBR, as you can see, a lot of these are library books. I work at a library. I have the advantage of when I put things on hold, they deliver them to my desk. And they also check them out for me and give me an extra week. So that's a nice perk. This is Terrible Lizard by Deborah Cadbury, which is looking at the first people who discovered dinosaur fossils. I've always loved dinosaurs. I was obsessed with them when I was a little kid. I still have a bunch of dinosaur jewelry. Found this book via Reddit on the r/dinosaur subreddit. Somebody was asking about, it was a pretty weird thing to discover these fossils. Like, how did people react? And people recommended this book, a bunch of people in the comments. So I'm interested to check it out. And also I have The Movement of Stars by Amy Brill. Cats make noise. I don't know what that was. Which I actually discovered via BuzzFeed. It was on a list of figuring out books to read based on your favorite book from high school. So this was associated with The Scarlet Letter, which I didn't love in high school, but it was definitely one of the more intriguing books. It's about a Quaker woman, a 24-year-old Quaker woman who wants to become a professional astronomer. And it's in 1845, so that's pretty non-standard thing to do. In addition to that, she starts a relationship with a dark-skinned mariner, which challenges the status quo in Nantucket. I'm particularly interested in the Quaker aspects. I went to a Quaker college for undergrad and really like the Quaker philosophy and belief in equality and social justice and peace. So I'll be interested to see how that plays into this book. I also have Much Ado About Nothing by Shakespeare out as an audiobook via one of the e-media services associated with my library. It's called Hoopla. It's streaming media. It's only about 2 hours long, so at some point I'll listen to that. I haven't read or seen a whole lot of Shakespeare. I think I've read Romeo and Juliet and Othello. So that's it for today. I'm excited to start making more videos, and hopefully I'll get some book reviews up in the next little bit. I'll see you next time. Bye!